Hello everybody and welcome to the face reading for successful relationships. For those of you who are with me today for the first time, if you get interested in the subject of face reading, you can watch my YouTube's face reading introduction and face reading 101. You can also, of course, buy my book, Face Reading for Successful Relationships. It's available on Amazon.com. Today I will be talking about the President of the People's Republic of China, Xi Jinping, and the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. It is, of course, not a romantic relationship, but nevertheless it is a relationship that I believe is of great significance to everyone who is interested in peace in the world. The famous Italian explorer and merchant Marco Polo, at the end of the 13th century, visited China. As he traveled around the country and got to know the people and their potentials, he wrote, "These people are so industrious, intelligent, and powerful that if they were warlike, they could easily conquer the world." Well, 700 years later, they're among the three most powerful countries with most powerful armies in the world, competing only with the USA and Russia. China is a country with a territory pretty much the size of the United States, but a population more than 4 times bigger of the United States. Population of the United States is about 330 million, and the population of China is 1.4, almost 1.4 billion people, with the military potential that is, if necessary, they could gather together huge armies. It's called fit for service adults. USA could gather 120 million people potentially, and China could gather 600 million people. That is almost twice as many people as there are citizens in the United States. That would be the army of China if they needed it. Yes, USA has more fighter planes than China, 10,000 to 3,000. But this is no longer 13th century. China is a nuclear power with an arsenal of 260 warheads, nuclear warheads. That's why the relationship between Jinping and Trump is so important. Here they are together. Look, it appears this confident Donald Trump initiates, extends his hand as, and somewhat reluctant and shy Xi. Is that so? Here he is, Xi Jinping. Before I start talking about his personality and temperament, I must tell you, I was really interested in watching how his recent visit to the United States would unfold because of the vast differences in who these leaders are as human beings. I already did readings of Trump, two readings actually, one Donald Trump and the other called Donald Trump and Mike Pence. If you are interested, then you can look them up. But shortly, regarding Trump, his personality is Mars, a person who would rather fight than negotiate. So I did not read his book, The Art of the Deal, but judging by his temperament and personality, his main focus in deal making, I would say, is always trying to make a deal from the position of strength. Trump's temperament goes well with his personality, sanguine, meaning short attention span, short fuse, generosity with those he likes, and intolerance with those who cross him. With age, some lymphatic qualities kicked in, and he became a bit more tolerant and able to see things in a broader perspective. That is, to look a little bit at the whole forest, not only at individual trees. So overall, Donald Trump is not complicated, no surprises. But Xi Jinping is another story. He is not a simple man. First, let's look at his personality. It looks like Xi Jinping could be easily counted as an Earth personality, an almost perfectly square face. If you superimpose the square on the face, it looks like Earth. Let's just rotate his head a little bit because it's tilted. Here we go. and now we superimpose the square on the face. Never mind the chin. As the Earth's Xi Jinping is down to earth, has a lot of practical intelligence, persevering, willful, not aggressive, but willing and able to put up a fight if push comes to shove. A good foot soldier interested in coming home to his family. But look, Xi Jinping could also qualify as a Jupiter, meaning order, integrity, passion for justice and stability. People with Jupiter personality are as consistent and reliable as they come. They're the least to be discouraged of all personalities. If they believe something is right, it does not matter how many people think otherwise. They stick to their truth. And they always remain benevolent and generous. The Jupiterian mind is most powerful and conceptual. They are good teachers and good leaders. They're great companions as well as patient and tolerant caregivers. But wait, it's not all. There is something else you can see in Xi's face. Yes, it's the roundness of his face with just a broad Jupiterian forehead. And that makes Xi Jinping a moon as well. And what do we know about moon personality? They are very caring and loving parents. By the way, Xi Jinping and his wife Peng Lian have a daughter. The male moon are sensitive to the needs of others, connected with their children, and ready to accommodate their partners at any price. They take their time before taking action. They're slow to respond in a conversation. It's as if they are functioning in two realities, one in this world and the other someplace very far away. Peace at all costs is their motto. Though indecisive, they will lie easily and decisively if needed to keep peace and avoid conflict. So we have a man who can be firm, straight to the point, a foot soldier as an earth, then shift to be a loving and soft moon, then go to be a moral and moralistic visionary for Jupiter. As an earth, he can see the practical side of every endeavor he encounters, but also be dreamy and hopeful and willing to lie and compromise for the sake of achieving peace. Of course, all these qualities may create inner conflicts and clash if a person did not learn to skillfully control, coordinate, and use them to his or her advantage. But if Xi Jinping has risen to become a president of China, I assume he mastered control over these qualities just fine. Xi Jinping's temperament, the qualities he was born with, are also quite diverse, to say the least. He is very willful, orderly, workaholic, deliberately calculating his every move as a bilious he is. You can see a straight line going from the forehead to the chin, and also the corner of the jaw, if you look well, is bilious. But also there is a clear bow-like movement to his profile. Look at the slightly receding chin and ever slightly receding forehead, making that curve that permits us to qualify him as having a nervous cast. And with a nervous cast, of course, his mind works fast, he is very creative, resourceful, full of original ideas, and able to understand and quickly adopt the ideas of others, able to maneuver, negotiate, manipulate, compromise, smile, yield, show firmness whenever it is beneficial to him. And finally, look at the pink line, the flash going down from the chin. With age, Xi Jinping also became a lymphatic, which goes well with his Jupiter personality. So as a lymphatic, he is also able to see the forest behind the tree, to be patient, non-judgmental, to be a visionary, able to take time to see things deep and then make up his mind without hesitation. And so here we are, the two leaders, Donald Trump, sanguine/lymphatic temperament with a Mars personality, a man who is impulsive, courageous, generous, cordial, explosive, interested and willing to communicate, to make friends, to fight enemies, to give without calculating, or fight without fear. But all this with a short attention span and a short fuse. Although all these qualities somewhat mellowed down with age and weight gain as lymphatic qualities kicked in. And Trump's counterpart, Xi Jinping, a man who is able to manifest and live by widest variety of qualities. I will not repeat them now because we just spoke about them, but shortly, he is able to be firm and flexible, quick and slow, down to earth and dreamy in the sky, focus on little details and see a big picture, live in the moment and have a vision of years ahead. And with all the mix of these qualities, he is neither impulsive nor has a short attention span. He is a long-distance runner in both energy and patience. They could not be more different. We are just left to hope that the old saying that the opposites attract is true for these guys. If not, we would have a lot of problems in the world. And that is all for Donald Trump and Xi Jinping. Thank you all for being with me today. Peace to everyone who wants to live in peace.